Adrian, thanks very much for joining us. You just reported your full year results. Can you please talk us through some of the recent commercial successes you've seen with the business?
So in the principal area, per our strategy of coatings technology, where the majority of our engagement currently is, we've seen some great results in terms of product launches. So our customers taking our graphene dispersions and our application technology, applying it to their product formulations, and then delivering products into their chosen sectors. There is the platform for them to achieve revenue, and then for that revenue to flow back to us in terms of supply of graphene dispersions to support their growing business. So in a number of areas, first of all, specialty industrial customers, the likes of Alltimes and Blocksil, with product launches by Alltimes under the Advantage Graphene brand. So they are currently marketing that product heavily to architects and surveyors to enable that product to be specified in the construction industry. And then with Blocksil, a harsh environment industrial coating called Top Coat MT. And we've been pleased to see that product now specified with industrial end users for the refurbishment of large structures. And we look forward to continuing growth in terms of momentum with both of those companies for access to those end industrial markets for harsh anti-corrosion performance benefits of those products. Then in the mass market sector, we've been really pleased to see progress with the Hycote brand from James Briggs that's available currently on Amazon and through Tetrasil Express web platform. So this is an anti-corrosion primer in aerosol format. And then we were really pleased to see that take to the shelves with Halfords. So the UK retail outlet. And this again is an anti-corrosion aerosolized primer, mainly for the automotive market. So between those two, they operate both in the retail sector and in the professional coatings market. So again, we're expecting good things from that. So strong progress in our whole approach to business. So first of all, doing the hard yards in terms of data generation and proving that graphene works in coatings applications, providing a delivery mechanism for that through our patented IP of dispersion technology, providing the how-to or the know-how to enable customers to use those products easily, and then seeing those realized in product launches with our customers and the ongoing revenue that will come from that. Not to underplay composite materials. So this is an area of challenge for graphene manufacturers generally. We've been really pleased to be able to participate in the demonstration of a really nice piece of composite structure for tooling applications. So we reported in the interims the manufacture of a 10-meter long carbon fiber tool that would typically be used for aerospace part manufacturing of parts such as wing spars, ribs, and so on. So this would be a forming fixture, and we've been able to apply our graphene materials in tandem with the partners into those applications to enhance the performance, so the toughness and the longevity of those composite structures. And we anticipate really good read across into actual composite parts from that demonstrator of this technology. Then elsewhere, we're seeing good traction with in the area of mass transit, composite materials applications, as well as with our repeat customer, Infinite Composite Technologies, in the area of pressure vessels for space and using, again, carbon fiber composites for that. Thirdly, just talking about Asia, we mentioned that in the RNS and in the interims pack. We see strong opportunities there. We had the pleasure of attending IP Group's Deep Tech conference last October, We really use that as a platform for engagement with the region, looking at investors right the way through end users and right the way through some of the government agencies in that region. So that whole engagement is currently subject to the whole COVID-19 situation. So we've seen some delay in engagements in that region, but come the day when we're able to pick that up, and we are currently doing that over digital media and so on. So while revenues are modest, we're ahead year to date than the total figure for last year, which in itself indicates a good direction of travel. So really pleased with where we're at and where we're heading.
Great, thank you. Looking specifically at your routes to market, can you tell us a little bit about how you've strengthened those over the course of the last year and moving forward?
Yeah, so strategic review was very, very focused on how do we get to where we need to get to. And of course that's all about focus at the end of the day. So we've long talked to our core strength predominantly in the coating sector, and then secondly in composite materials and functional materials, but to focus our activity in the near term opportunities principally around composites, around coatings, sorry. And we've seen good product launches in that sector over the period, and it's really about the exploitation of graphene through application technology and how to use this material really effectively. What does that look like in practice? It's all about dispersion technology and focus on delivery with customer service and helping customers to get across the line in the best manner possible. So we do that with a lot of supporting data, so a commitment to data generation to enable our customers to utilize this material in the easiest way possible. And then, of course, to manage our cash position well as well. And we announced in October that realignment program for a business, and pleased to say that has been very successful and has enhanced our cash runway. So strategically, the route to market is very clear for our business. We're doing all of those things right, and I think we're in good shape.
Great. And moving on to the technology side of things, can you explain to us why the development of water-based chemistry is particularly important?
Yeah, so as the industry has evolved, that's been based on solvent-based coatings across the whole range of the industry, which they're not great for the environment. So water-based chemistry is really important in terms of reducing solvents, reducing volatile compounds, and so you have just generically a greener and cleaner technology. How you engage with that is really important, and it's kind of a model of what we're all about, really, in terms of seeking to integrate graphene into challenging technology. So the platform technology for water-based coatings is not straightforward, but we're making some great progress in terms of the chemistry and the addition of graphene and the development of dispersions to be able to effectively add our graphene materials through appropriate dispersions into water-based coatings and chemistries. So our dispersion technology is second to none, and it's enabled delivery in that sector, both for acrylic and latterly in the area of epoxy coatings. So, satisfying that environmentally friendly coating is, it's where a lot of coatings companies are engaged, and we're putting together the technology to be able to work in parallel with them, but also for companies to realize the added benefits that graphene can bring into that environment.
Could you just discuss briefly how COVID-19 is impacting the business, the actions you've taken in the short term, but also the potential impact on the longer term prospects of graphene materials?
Yeah, thanks, Dan. And of course, the situation is very fluid at the moment. It's a difficult time, and we wish everyone to keep safe and well. And worker safety, our employees' safety, is is of course uppermost in our mind alongside business continuity. So for us, we're following the UK government guidance and implementing the balance of working from home and continuity in both customer engagement and our longer range testing. So we'd already implemented a plan to get the balance right in terms of distancing in the plant, and the way that we're set up actually works well in that regard. So I think we've got the balance right. In terms of customer response, of course, we are constantly monitoring that. Some customers are continuing with business, some are classified as essential businesses, so are continuing, and then others are winding back in the short term. So we're reviewing that on a daily basis. I think for the short term, we do what we can. I think for our part, we're doing that right, and we're engaging with our customers where they're available on that international platform. In the long term, so whilst we navigate the short-term challenges, our cash runway has some really good strength. As I mentioned before, we have cash out to Q4 2021. So in terms of ability to weather the storm, I think we're in good shape. And whilst we navigate the challenge, we continue with the theme of continuing to create strong progress, as reflected in the period. We've seen pleasing product launches. It validates the strategy that we've adopted of delivering market-leading graphene dispersion technology and seeing that come to reality in customer product launches. We have a superb product portfolio, and that's underpinned by really strong data, and it validates that graphene works in these applications and enables a broader platform engagement on both commercial and technical aspects with customers. And we have a solid pipeline to engage with and continue the forward momentum. So long term, I'm very happy with where we're at as we talk to solid balance sheet, good cash runway, and making great progress.